Hello dear students, welcome to the course of Engineering Thermodynamics. Myself Mihir Misri, Assistant Professor from Mechanical Department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So today we are going to continue our session on gas power cycle, and in particular we are going to discuss about simple Brayton cycle. So in order to understand the Brayton cycle, observe the given diagram on the screen. The first diagram, that is on the top side, is open cycle gas turbine power plant, and the second diagram is closed cycle gas turbine power plant. So Brayton cycle is generally used in these two kinds of power plants or in these two kinds of cycles. Okay, so the very first is very simple. See, the fuel which will be used over here will be air. Okay, so as you can see, the compressor will suck the air from the atmosphere, so the air will be compressed air will pass through the combustion chamber wherein it will get combust, right? Further, what will happen, this air or this product of combustion will pass through the turbine. It will be having high pressure, high temperature, obviously, so it will impart energy to the turbine will rotate, it will produce the electricity, and partial power of the turbine will be utilized to run the compressor also. Okay, so for example, if turbine is producing 100 joule, then from that 100 joule 30 joule is supplied to the compressor, so the remaining net power will be 70 joule. Okay, and the remaining exhaust product will be left back to the ambient. Okay, so that is how this open cycle gas turbine power plant will work. Now the next is closed cycle gas turbine power plant. So here you can see that compressor is there, so inlet of the compressor will having air, right? Air is compressed, then it will be supplied to the heat exchanger wherein the some fuel or heat will be added, right, through the combustion, right? Then 3 to 4 is expansion, that is what power, right? So in the turbine the product of combustion will be sent to the turbine, so it will impart some energy to the turbine. Okay, so these turbine blades will obviously be connected to the generator and it will produce electricity, and also partial power of the turbine is supplied back to the compressor. The remaining products are sent to the cooler or another heat exchanger wherein the air will be cooled down and it will be circulated back to the compressor. So here you can see the same air is circulating again and again, and here you can see only fresh air is circulating. So that is why it is open cycle, and here it is closed cycle gas turbine power plant. Okay, so that is how you can consider this. Open cycle gas turbines are generally used in aircrafts, and closed cycle gas turbine power plants are used in high temperature gas reactor wherein nuclear reactor is attached, okay, for the heat addition. Now let us understand the typical Brayton cycle. So for understanding, the block diagram is already presented. Now we will understand the thermodynamic cycle of the Brayton cycle. Okay, so here you can see PV and TS diagram is shown. So on the PV diagram, let us understand the processes. So starting from point number 1, that is inlet of the compressor, the air will be compressed, so obviously the pressure will increase. So here you can see the pressure is increasing, and obviously if you will compress the air, the volume will decrease. That is why you can see the volume is decreasing. So that is how 1 to 2 will take place. Obviously compression is there, that means reversible adiabatic compression process will occur, okay, or isentropic compression. So since it is isentropic, so entropy will remain constant. Observe 1 to 2 on the TS diagram also, so entropy will remain constant. Clear? Two names are there, reversible adiabatic compression or isentropic compression. Then 2 to 3, that is nothing but constant pressure heat addition. So here you can see during 2 to 3 the pressure will remain constant and heat will be added, and obviously if you want to maintain the pressure constant and if you want to add the heat, then you have to increase the temperature as well as volume. That is why from 2 to 3 you can see the volume is increasing, and also you can see that from 2 to 3 on the TS diagram the temperature is also increasing. Okay, further 3 to 4, that is on the turbine expansion, so reversible adiabatic expansion or isentropic expansion will take place. So here 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion. You can see that from 3 to 4 the volume will increase because during expansion the volume will increase obviously, and the pressure will decrease. That you can appreciate over here. And also 3 to 4 is isentropic, that is why 3 to 4 is drawn as vertical straight line on the TS diagram, and you can appreciate that moving from 3 to 4 the temperature will also decrease, right? Further, from 4 to 1, what will happen? The heat will be rejected to the ambient, right, through the heat exchanger. So in this 4 to 1 the constant pressure heat rejection will take place, so that is why you can see 4 to 1 is having the same pressure, but the heat is rejected, that is why the volume will decrease, that is you can appreciate over here from 4 to 1. And here also the temperature will also decrease with entropy, right? So this is how this typical arrangement of Brayton cycle will work. Now let us derive the equation for the efficiency of Brayton cycle. So in order to derive that, we will observe these two diagrams. The derivation is just simple and just like Otto cycle derivation. Let us start with the heat supplied and heat rejected. So here constant pressure is there during the heat supply and heat rejection. That is why Q1 is equal to mCp delta T and Q2 is equal to mCp delta T, right? Further, efficiency is defined as 1 minus Q2 by Q1, right? Q2 and Q1 you substitute the value, Cp, Cp and M will get cancelled out. So we are left with 1 minus T4 minus T1 divided by T3 minus T2. Okay students, here you can appreciate that T2 1 to 2 and 3 to 4 both are reversible adiabatic processes. So for that you can apply the PVT correlation. So here T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma is equal to T3 by T4 is written. That is nothing but the PVT correlation, right? How can user equate this? Because I can equate this because P2 and P3 pressures are same and P1 and P4 pressures are same. So here from this take the initial term and take the final term, compare both these two terms and rearrange that. So by rearrangement T4 by T1 is equal to T3 by T2 I can write, right? Let us subtract minus 1 on both the side. So T4 by T1 minus 1 is equal to T3 by T2 minus 1. Okay, now let us take LCM. So T4 minus T1 divided by T1 is equal to T3 minus T2 divided by T2. Okay, so rearrange the term. I will take this 3 minus T2 on the denominator side, on the other side of the equal to sign. So T4 minus T1 is divided by T3 minus T2 is equal to T1 by T2. So here you can appreciate students that this whole term is nothing but written over here, right? So that is equal to T1 by T2, which is in pressure form equal to P1 by P2 raised to gamma minus 1 and in volume form equal to V2 by V1 raised to gamma minus 1. Sir, how can you write this? Observe and recall the PVT correlation for any reversible adiabatic process. From that I have written this correlation. Okay, so now let us substitute the value over here. So by doing so, one more thing, the compression ratio V2 by V1 is what? Compression ratio 1 upon R you can write because it is V2 by V1. Okay, so let us substitute the value over here. So eta is equal to 1 minus V2 by V1 raised to gamma minus 1. So you can write eta Brayton is equal to 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1. And if you recall, then the efficiency of Otto cycle is having also same equation for efficiency, that is 1 minus 1 upon R raised to gamma minus 1, wherein R is compression ratio in both the cases. Okay, so now if we want to write down in the term of pressure ratio, then there are two pressures over here. You can appreciate that. Observe the PV diagram. So in this PV diagram, one is higher pressure and the other is low pressure. So high pressure divided by low pressure, that will give you the pressure ratio. So that is why P2 by P1, or you can write P3 by P4. Okay, both are right. Okay, so I can here, instead of this V2 by V1, see, instead of this V2 by V1, I can also write this P1 by P2, right? And P1 by P2 is nothing but 1 upon Rp. So I can write 1 minus 1 upon Rp raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. That is Brayton cycle efficiency in terms of pressure ratio. Okay, so that is how the Brayton cycle efficiency can be derived. Remember students, the Brayton cycle is used in two ways, that is open cycle and as well as closed cycle. Open cycle Brayton cycle turbines are used in aircrafts or rocket engines, and closed cycles are used where high temperature gas reactors are used, and high temperature gas reactors are generally associated or combined with the nuclear gas reaction. Okay, so that is where these cycles are applicable. Okay, one more thing you should note over here, that the fuel which you are going to use is air. Okay, air will be circulated throughout the cycle. Here, one more thing you should note, students, that same compression ratio is there. So if you take same compression ratio for Otto cycle and Brayton cycle, then the efficiency will also fall same. Okay, so but you cannot use instead of Otto cycle Brayton cycle. Okay, because the components of Brayton cycle will have large volumes or large in size, and compared to that, the Otto cycle is very compact. Okay, so that is practical consideration you have to consider. Okay, and another thing is that in Otto cycle, the pressure ratio or pressure range, that is operation of pressure range, is smaller, and compared to that, the Brayton cycle is operating at higher pressure ratios. Okay, so at higher pressure range, so that you have to consider. So you cannot replace, or that might be asked in an examination, that can you replace the Otto cycle with Brayton cycle? Why? So no, because one thing is the size of the components of the Brayton cycles are very much higher or larger compared to the Otto cycle, and another thing is pressure range that in which the cycle is operating in Brayton cycle is very much higher compared to the Otto cycle. Okay, so keep this thing in your. Okay, so today we are going to keep up to this point. Thank you.